What's going on, wrestling fans? I'm going to cut straight to the case because Beat the Streets is this Thursday. And in this video, I'm going to give you all the details of the event as well as my prediction. So first of all, the details of the event. This is the Beat the Streets event going on this Thursday, September 17th at 7:30 p.m. You can watch live on FloWrestling. I have a direct link down in the description below, also as a pinned comment. You can click that. It'll take you straight to the event page where you can watch live. So make sure you check that out there. This event is going on at an undisclosed location, so there aren't going to be any fans. And this is also going to be a fundraising event just like it is every single year. They're doing a virtual telethon before the event. I believe it's starting around 6 p.m. So if you're able to donate to that great cause, you can go ahead and be willing to give your money towards that cause. So now that I have that out of the way, if you're still sticking around here, my name is Josiah and welcome to Fanco Wrestling, where we dive into all of these great events going on in the world of wrestling. And of course, the Beat the Streets is going to be such an exciting event with some very, very solid people on this card. Some very solid wrestlers, some men's matches, some women's matches, some guys from internationally coming over to wrestle some of our guys here in the U.S. And man, I'm super psyched about it. Now, this is the main lineup. This is the main card right here. First off, I'm going to kind of be going by how these rap matches are supposed to be going on. The first match I want to talk about, though, is Emily Shilson and Felicity Taylor. Unfortunately, Felicity Taylor had to pull out of the event due to her compliance compartment at her school. So both of these women are still in college, and due to the compliance department, this is coming straight from the open mat. Unfortunately, Felicity Taylor had to pull out, so there is not going to be a match for Shilson as far as I know right now. Next up on the card is Seth Gross and Joey Colon. So this is a match that we can actually talk about and dive into. Seth Gross and Joey Colon are two guys looking to make an Olympic team at 57 kilos this upcoming season or this upcoming year. Now, Seth Gross, you may know him as an NCAA champ, and he unfortunately didn't get to compete at nationals this past year, but he is a former NCAA champ. While Cologne has had some more international success on the scene. He's a world bronze medalist and he's ranked in the world. Now, him and Seth Gross will be going at it. Who do I pick? I mean, these are two top 10 guys in the USA right now, and Cologne, somebody who's ranked in the world. So I really have to give it to Joey Colon. I think he is the favorite here to win it, but Seth Gross could pull out something pretty incredible. I mean, he is the young buck on the circuit here, so we could see something come out there. Next up is Rustam Onpar wrestling Jack Mueller. Now, Mueller was originally supposed to wrestle Vito Araujo out of Cornell, but Araujo had to pull out of the event. So the Flow actually in Beat the Streets decided to pull in this Russian Rustam Onpar, who is a little bit older than Jack Mueller. I believe he's like 7 years older than Mueller. He's been competing in freestyle for quite some time. It's somebody who is placed in international tournaments, even teched somebody you may know by Daniel Dennis. He actually teched Daniel Dennis. Now, Mueller, on the other hand, NCAA finalist against Spencer Lee. He's been wrestling freestyle for most of his entire life, really. A U23 bronze medalist. Mueller and Onpar, this is an interesting one. I don't necessarily know who the favorite would be here, just because these two, I guess, they haven't wrestled a lot of freestyle recently, but I'm going to have to go with Jack Mueller. I'm going to be rooting for Mueller. I think he's going to be able to pull off this match here. Next up is a women's match. I guess the only women's match on the card now that Taylor's pulled out, and Alexandra Glaude versus Victoria Francis. Now, this is a rematch, and these are two top 5 ranked women in the U.S. going at it here, Glaude and Francis. In the match that they wrestled last time, Glaude looked like the better wrestler. I watched that match on Flow. She looked like the better wrestler, although Victoria Francis ended up coming out on top. Now, Francis is somebody who is a multiple-time world team member and is the favorite here in this match. Top wrestler in the country at 68 kilos. Glaude, on the other hand, a U23 world bronze medalist. And I just think she has a little bit of something. She's going to have a little bit of something on Francis this match. I think I'm going to be pulling for Glaude. That's who I have in this match. Now, before I get to these next two matches, which, man, I'm super pumped to talk about these next two, please leave your comments down below. Let me know who you think is going to win each match in each of this entire card. Who do you think is going to win? because I know you're going to have some disagreements with me, which is totally cool. Now, next up is Gable Steveson and Trent Helger. You may know these two, still in college, but juniors, I believe, in college. Steveson out of Minnesota, Helger out of Wisconsin. Now, these two, they've wrestled each other multiple times in college, and Steveson has got the better of him every single time. Steveson has gotten the better of Helger every single time. Now, as far as the freestyle, how we're looking here, I'm not sure too much about Helger's freestyle career, but as far as what we can say about Gable Steveson, obviously we know he's a guy who's always aggressive, always on the attack, but he's also somebody who has multiple world titles at the cadet and junior level. So I am going to have to pick Gable Steveson as the winner for this match. I think he is the favorite here, and that's who I have to pick here. Now, next up in the main card on the event is Yanni Diakomahalis versus Vladimir Kinchikasvili. I believe is how you pronounce that name. So, these two, originally it was supposed to be Yanni and Seabass, which I just found out on FloWrestling, which was kind of cool. Would have been cool to see, but now we get to see Yanni versus Vladimir. And this is, I mean, just get ready for some crazy wrestling. Get ready for some crazy wrestling. Anytime Yanni is out there on the scene, you know something crazy is going to be happening. We're going to likely see some crazy scrambles, considering that Yanni, I mean, listen, he has beat some incredible guys in the past over the course of his career. Now, Vladimir is actually a 5-time world medalist, including, I mean, just some great accomplishments overseas. He is out of Georgia, coming over to wrestle Yanni. And Yanni, I mean, you remember at Beat the Streets last year when he had that great match with Bajrang Punia, who he ended up beating in a phenomenal match. Yanni is somebody who can, I mean, he can hang with the best of them. A returning Final X finalist. Of course, you know the crazy match and drama between him and Zayn last year. But I think, even though Vladimir, I believe, is going to be the favorite here, I got to go with Yanni. I think he's always able to pull off something crazy, no matter the skill of wrestler he's going up against. And because of that, that's who I have winning the match. Now, again, the link to watch these matches are going to be here in the description below and actually in the pinned comment. So tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this, make sure you click that, and that'll take you straight to the event.